This is Mama Jo, and guess what? We are going to start our first, well, I guess you could podcast, whatever. We're going to be putting videos together, and we're going to do an interview today. We are going to talk about subjects with CY, Completely You, which we're going to call it, and GD, Going Deep. And we're going to start it off with, today we're going to do an interview with Carol. Today we're going to start off the topic of how many people we know, and just in the beginning and what they go through. The sparkle age. You can always tell, like when people start coming out and they start exploring their spirituality. Some people come out when they hit midlife crisis and, you know, things need to have more meaning. It's part of social development, developmental theory. You know, people do. It's natural.
And they've had a little idea about it. They kind of, the learning kind of goes in waves. The belief in it kind of goes in waves. Like their first interest in it, they find it really cool. And then their next instinct is to debunk it. You know, like, oh, well, everybody has these things. Everybody has these qualities. And then something really hits them that's really just personal to them. And then they're like, well, I don't know, maybe there's something to this, you know, and then they get a little bit more interested in it.
Right.
And eventually they start finding things that correlate to what goes on with their life. Say, for example, they got a horoscope reading, or they got a reading, or somebody did their palms, or somebody did numerology for them. And all of a sudden the stuff is like really specific on details that they didn't think it would be specific to them.
Okay.
And that's when you kind of see the interest and the excitement, because deep down, I think everybody kind of wants to believe that there's more to this world than we see. Security in a belief system is being challenged. Part of them really kind of is interested in and finds it really cool. But when they get a little bit of validation that it exists, it throws a wrench into this deeply programmed belief system that there is some kind of order to the universe from some outside source. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. They write books about it.
They write books.
Divine divination. Think about that. Think about what that means. When we become connected to ourselves, as a lot of women know, a lot of men know, we have to trust our intuition. Trust our intuition. Trust yourself. This is what it's all about, being completely you.
I've always kind of looked into things in a holistic approach.
Okay.
Because we're not just a physical body. We're not just a spiritual body. We're not just an emotional body. We're not just our thoughts, our brain, our ideas, our memories. You know, we're all of that. And somebody very wise told me a long time ago that when you deal with things like that, you have to deal with it on all the levels.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you know, take care of the physical body.
Okay.
Get to the doctors, get the medication.
Okay.
Get an antibiotic going, you know, put a Band-Aid on it, you know, wash it off, you know, whatever you got to do.
Take a shower?
Take a shower, yeah. Eat some good food. Take care of your body. Eat the right stuff, you know.
How about pleasure? Is that part of that, taking care of yourself? Some good pleasure?
This whole thing just got X-rated really fast.
I was thinking about drumming. I was thinking about drumming. I was like, what?
But you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, short clip. We got to throw some drumming in here. Okay.
Okay, short clip of drumming.
Drumming, that was right,
And
like that?
I
Okay,
feel more
sorry.
balanced now. But basically what I'm trying to say is that you got to kind of handle things on all levels, even the spiritual level and the energy level, so get yourself grounded.
Okay.
Maybe sage, maybe some of that good energy, that good music that'll get you in a good frequency, some good frequencies around you. We remember we're looking up the frequencies.
Yeah. Safe.
I think things
Safe.
that people don't understand
Okay.
and find a little scary or spooky because it doesn't, you can't like touch it or feel it or explain it with science or whatever. it gives it that little kind of twinge of fear. You know, it's kind of like some people like roller coasters, some don't. Okay, I like roller coasters. Okay?
Manuel hates roller coasters, by the way.
So probably things like this probably scare him.
Yes.
Because they're going to divide it up. You get too far back into history, people still do it though. People still do it. You know, if it scares you a little bit, it's got to be bad. If it's bad, we got to ban it. If it's really scary and bad, we're just going to keep the ball rolling, and we're going to turn it into demons and devils and burn people at the stake. And
now we're going to talk about sorcery. Does it equal ignorance? Sometimes when you go into a villages, which I've been in villages, and things they don't understand, they put it off to sorcery. Now, are we the ones out of touch? Because maybe there's some truth to that? Or are they out of touch? Or is there a balance between the two? I mean, at some point when we weren't all clouded up with all this stuff around us, people were reading energy. There was always a...
Also, the good part about learning to know yourself and know your own energy and know your own shit and own your own shit and actually be able to truly step outside yourself or inside yourself and recognize your own karmic lessons and who you really are, truthfully. There is another kind of reader that's out there too. And I'm not talking about the honest one that's actually doing the best they can. I'm talking about the one that knows that they're manipulating people because they're just doing it for the attention or the money,
power,
or the fame or power. And there's so many of them out there. I mean, some of the ones that get really rich. I mean, like, they're charging hundreds of dollars an hour to get a reading, and people are wanting readings from them because they have a name. It's like, oh, I got to see that band and I got an autograph. I got to see this reader, I got an autograph, she gave me a reading. Did any of it come true 3 years later? Yeah. They don't remember. They just remember that they got to meet this person.
Right.
And so that's what's really important when you do this. But knowing who you are and knowing yourself and completing yourself and finding out who you really are. I guess my goal for this is people should learn to do this themselves.
They should. They should learn basic energy work. Basic energy work, first number one rule is to know yourself. Know thyself. Know who you are. You should know who you are. And
yeah, going to somebody else to have them tell you who you are. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're paying them to do it.
And they're paying them to do it.
And it's
Please
like,
tell me who I am and what my lessons are, because I have no clue.
Right, because our society... Okay, this is the next subject. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys,
Bingo.
ready? Snap. We're on society now. We are on society now. This is really good. How do we build a society? It starts with one. One duplicates the two. Two duplicates more. A group of people come together. A culture gets built. And what happens? Now we live in what's called almost like a hive mind. We've got the popular ones. We got the people here. We got the people here. It's kind of moving. It's going.
We get clicks.
We get clicks. We get this. We get that. We get fights. We get good times. We got gatherings. We got this. We have a society of people. We live. We eat. We go to the bathroom.
People are pack animals, so you're going to have the outliers. You're going to have the alpha males. You're going to have the alpha females. You're going to have the betas. You're going to have the lone wolves, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have people that are energy stealers. You know, I think the more complicated our
the
society
good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, it's going to be a society, but at the same time, like you said, I think just like anything else, the bigger it gets, the more complicated it gets. The more convoluted and confusing it gets for people to live in a society, which makes it more important than ever to know who you are.
Well, and it's crazy because I feel like right now, more than ever, everybody's looking at their phone.